Hey everybody, it's Corey from Thought Soldiers. So, as you can see, I'm in a new location, um, and I'm wanted to come and talk about a huge shift that happened on. The shift started on May 22nd, and I had seen this in another video, so this isn't anything I had channeled or anything that aligned with me, but I noticed that we had a huge energetic shift or a portal open on May 22nd. And this video was entitled The Rise of the Lineage Holders or Gatekeepers. And it really resonated with me just based on what I've been going through, and wanted to talk a little bit more about it, about what happened at the start of that energetic cycle and where it is continuing as of right now. And also wanted to pull a card or two about what to expect during this time. So, I had noticed a huge shift on May 22nd. Things just kind of got a little bit strange, is the best way to put it, especially in my area and with me. And I noticed this profound sense of connectedness, a unification with everything and everyone. And it's really a part of this journey that I had read a quote about, and it had resonated with me heavily. And it's that this path to enlightenment, mastery, whatever we want to call it, you start out as being somebody to nobody to everybody. And so it was the, with May being a 5, which is indicative of change, remaining adaptable, molding to your environment and to the change, which I'm a life path 5, so it's definitely one of my pursuits. And then the 22nd being the master builder number, which a lot of gatekeepers, lineage holders, whatever terminology we want to put onto it, master builders, a lot of us are. Right now there's a profound change happening, not only internally, but, well, it's an internal change that starts to happen. We start to notice it externally, so we can build the life that we want, and also be able to build easily. So we've got a new moon coming up tomorrow in Gemini that is going to, the energies have already started with rapid manifestation, and there's been this huge clearing. There's been a huge clearing happening in order to release the blocks and release the density that is holding us back from being able to live our best life and the best version of ourselves. And it's been a very rapid change. It's been one of those where it's been huge clearings for me, that I know today is my last day of, because I'm able to tune in when I start these clearings to ask how long is it going to take for these things to happen. And it's been a lot of root and sacral and solar. It's basically our bottom 4 chakras, our lower 4 chakras, our stability. It has been a lot of root work, a lot of sacral work, a lot of solar plexus work, and a lot of heart work as well. And so as it's expanding and these things are coming to the surface, what I noticed was that it was popping up in my reflection. So the world got a little eerie as I was releasing old traumas, things that have to do with PTSD, having to release fears, not feeling safe, things like that. And then I started to notice it in my external world, and I thought that my world was crumbling. I was like, oh no, like, that's it, it's over with, da da da. But then, us as human beings, or at least for me, the way I learn is that I go through the process, and once I get at the end or toward the end, I have more clarity as to why I went through what I went through. And I had a few moments where I was about to pack up and leave and move away, and things like that, because I wasn't feeling safe. But I recognize now it's because things are coming to the surface, because what it's doing is it's not only bringing out our authenticity, our true energetic imprint, it's remembrance of the power we have and the remembrance of who we are as being spiritual beings having a human experience in a temporal form. And it's also now bringing about a level of clarity as to the gifts that we have and the abilities we have in order to not only continue to expand our consciousness and expand our being and expand our energy, but how we can shine that out and let that reflect in the world to be of service to other individuals and to speak in our truth and to align with our highest potential timeline. And as we are doing these huge clearings, not only are we collapsing timelines, but we are now merging them into the timeline we're in now, which has been a very strange process. This jumping has caused a lot of ascension symptoms, a lot of physical symptoms. I've been feeling it heavily. Body is naturally detoxing old programming. It's also our bodies are also they're adjusting to this new timeline and to this new paradigm that we're living in. And so for me, I know that a lot of my programming is held, will be excreted through fluids in the body. So I've been throwing up the past couple of days, feeling more sick to my stomach, especially with the sacral expansions and the solar plexus expansions. A lot of just bodies rejecting things that we normally used to use to survive, to cope, stay high energy. So for me, coffee. I can't, I had some coffee last night and went and threw up. This morning I had some coffee and I felt like I was going to throw up. And so now is really that this is something I've talked about for a while, but this is what happens as we change and we evolve and we are holding more light, is our bodies are going to naturally start to reject these things. And the unification too of being aligned with the universe can get a little eerie, and so I've definitely had to hermit more. I've been very kind of energetically closed off to letting people in, because I recognized that there were so many people in my energy field that when these drain points would happen, and I would go to, like, let's say, go to work. I'd go to work and I'd leave and I'd feel drained. It was really hard to discern when you've got 10 or 15 people in your space who is what, and so on and so forth. So I've had to close off. And when I took my sovereignty back and I took my power back to help strengthen my field to not let these things in, I did notice some change occurring. There's been some tower moments lately, and the tower moments are still happening, but I'm also in recognition that that deconstruction is what happens in order to reconstruct or to build anew, having to level the playing field. Because the foundation is strong and my legs are strong and they stand firm in my belief, but it's now a matter of having to rewrite the story, especially since we're collapsing timelines and we're now accessing new timelines. We now have this access to infinite possibilities, and this is where clear intentions are very key when it comes to what we're attracting and manifesting in our life. I'm having to be more mindful of my thought process, so when there's drama going on around me externally, I of course have to look at what drama is going on internally. How am I attracting this into my life? But now been a call to more affirmations, where I have if I start to feel myself getting squirrely, I get out a piece of paper and I start writing down, I am safe, I am worthy, I am worry free, I am loved, I am infinite love, I'm divinely guided and protected. And those affirmations, that reaffirming this belief that I am okay and I'm going to be okay, is what's helping to realign with those high vibrations, so then we can attract that in and thus live our best lives. And it takes a lot of work, especially those of us that have battled with our thoughts for a very long time. For me too, I'm now 3 weeks off of all mental health medications, and it is very, very, very difficult, but it's a choice that I felt I was ready to do, because I didn't want to be tied to that system anymore, and I wanted to be more aligned with my truth and be more aligned with who I am and be able to access the maximum potential of my gifts and my abilities. So yeah, this energetic cycle, I first had tuned in and said this energetic cycle starting on May 22nd would last 11 days. I've heard that it is lasting up to 30 days, up until June 22nd. I'm not completely sure. I'm just kind of going with the flow with how long this is happening. But if your world is deconstructing around you, and you're noticing it, it's happening for a good reason, because us, the gatekeepers, lineage holders, we're aligning now with that. We are aligning with our highest purpose to be able to have fun and to live an easier life, because a lot of us that have gone through the lessons that we've gone through in life have been very difficult, very strenuous, very stressful, and it's our time to live heart-centered. It is our time to um, to reap the benefits of the abundance that lies within this world. And it's our time to shine bright and to not sway from our path, and recognize that when we are living at such a high vibe state, and we're not dropping into those lower densities while we're clearing, we're going to attract nothing but pure soul tribe, people that want to hear our message, people that want genuine help, and the people that want to understand what's happening, because it's happening for a lot of people right now. We're going through it, we're clearing, we're understanding that there's more to this world, and those that are holding those gates open for the new earth to evolve, it's time for us to step back in and to show up, because people need it right now. And I've got a lot of fear showing up on doing the YouTube thing, because I am opening myself up for judgment. I'm opening up myself for people to say mean things, rude things, a pattern that I've dealt with my entire life, and I resist it by not suiting up and showing up so I don't have to deal with it. But I have to recognize too that this is part of my truth, and when I speak my truth, my life just gets better. So I'm going to pull a card for what to expect in June. This is from the Goddess Guidance Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. And let's see what pulls. I just got this deck, so I'm not really too in line with it yet. But let's see what pops up. Isolt. This is coming up backwards, but it says undying love. The love you have shared is eternal regardless of the situation. And this is really key for the love and the light we hold as we are experiencing this new venture, is that this is a divine love. This is something that comes from a higher source, a higher being. And this is something that we need to reflect outwards. And it's because that's how we change our scenario. This is how we change our situation, is by holding this light and expressing it outward, and letting everyone else either fall in or fall out of alignment with who we are and with what we hold. And this undying love for creation, this undying love for another individual, this undying love for ourselves, is what helps to spring forth this change. And this is kind of the crossroads we're at. And this is where we're asked to open up our hearts and to open up our throat chakra, to speak our truth, and to open up our hearts, to let those things in and to shine that outward, and let our light change other individuals, because we can be triggers. We can trigger other people into their remembrance and what they want to do, and who they are in their truth. And it's beautiful. And this is also a reminder too to stay connected, to tune in as much as we possibly can to let this light fill our body, because when we are clearing this density out that holds within us, so as we are purging and releasing, however we purge and release, for me it's been a lot of crying, a lot of emotional release, energetic release. What we're doing is we're clearing this density to hold more light within. And when that reflects outwards, we can start to see it in our reflection. We see more smiling faces. We will attract better scenarios, better outcomes. And this is where clearing the limiting belief is key too, because when we are manifesting and we are hopeful of a positive outcome, and we are hopeful of beautiful things to come, and to be aligned with our highest ideal in love and light, what is going to happen is that we're going to get that outcome. Because what will affect the outcome is our thoughts. So if we set a manifestation into play, and we start to doubt, and we start to run into the negative thought loops and those negative spirals and patterns, it is going to affect the outcome of what we have. And this is why it is key for us to stay in that high vibe state of gratitude, and to stay aligned with our highest truth, and to, at times while we're clearing, literally shut off the external world and tune within, and to just stay aligned with our highest ideal, and to stay aligned with our truth, and to let the external go. We need to be observers of our environment and not engage. And this is where the mindfulness play comes into hand, and is very key for this, is to be an observer and to witness it and to not judge it, to accept what's going on, to recognize that we are just clearing. That's all we're doing. We're clearing the path, not only for ourselves but for other people. We are showing the way to a better world and a better way of living. And when we see something in our external reality that we don't like, or we feel fearful, or we feel unsafe, and we attach to it and we engage in, and we become an actor versus an observer of that play that is playing out in our reflection, what happens is, when we feed into that drama and we are giving that energy to that, we're dropping in vibration, and it can thus affect the outcome of things. And this is where being an observer and not tying our emotion into what's going on is what is key. And this is something I've been struggling with. There's been some stuff going on around me at work and stuff like that, where I start to feed in my energy into that drama, thus lowering my state and dropping me into a lower realm, which is good because it is bringing up stuff to clear, but it is also affecting my personal relationships. It's affecting my view of myself, and that resistance is what is hard to then stand in my truth and to align with my highest ideal. And so let's do one more card for June. Peace. There is no need to worry, as everything is working out beautifully. Irene. So remember this. Remember that to hold our inner child close, and to recognize that we're divinely guided and supported, and to remember that when these things are happening, these tower moments, this deconstruction as the root of creation, we need to be at peace with it, and we need to hold that peace within, and know that we're gonna be okay. And it's happening exactly the way it's supposed to. It's orchestrated in such a form, and that our short sight sometimes can block us from understanding what is on the other side. And so this is where to call in our guidance, to call in our angels, to call in our highest, call in our higher self, who is always here, and to call in these beings, whatever you work with, for comfort and support, and let their love envelop you in their light, and let them hold you as you are going through this, because you are always held, and you are always loved, and you are always guided. So now I'm going to pull 2 cards from my Dreams of Gaia tarot deck. I love this deck. So I hope everyone's been doing really well, having a good May and a good June. I've missed everyone dearly, as I've been having to go through what I've been going through to land at this point in time. And the beauty in the struggle of change and growth and expansion is very hard, but it's happening. It's happening, and it is for the best. And I'm very grateful to be clearing at the level I've been clearing, because there's some beautiful things happening. And just gonna try this again. Try to just keep coming back. We're resilient beings, so we don't get knocked down. We keep coming forward, and we keep doing what we need to do. Emotion, intellect. So it's a time to balance. This is a call to let in this. This is also the 11 of water. So new beginnings once again. Spiritual awakening, living our highest ideal. But this is a call to balance and to connect from head to heart, and to let us stay in balance, the divine of the masculine and feminine, because the energies that come up can kind of affect one side or the other. So this is a reminder to stay in balance, to stay in tuned, to call upon this higher guidance to keep us balanced and to keep us grounded, to activate all of our chakras and to harmonize them, so we are living in complete pure form. and to not live in one or the other. I love to follow my heart, but my intellect will dissect what's going on around me. My intellect is really good at being able to dissect the what and the why, which can actually put me in my headspace and remove me from my truth, that core essence that lives within, that pure alignment. So a call to balance those things through meditation, through breath work, yoga, Reiki, whatever it is for you, that to stay balanced, to remain in balance, and to let these new things happen because they are for the best, and to trust that we are supported and guided in that process. And then I've got death and rebirth, which is something that has been going on with me. It lately has been the death of the old and the upgraded version that's coming about. A natural cycle of life, once again, deconstruction and creation. And let me see. And yeah, right now we're about to hatch. That's what's happening. You see how protected he is. You know, the snake usually has a very negative connotation, but in the mystical realms, this is the this is us being guided and protected in our safe golden bubble of light, as we're about to hatch and step into the newest version of ourselves, the most upgraded version of ourselves. And a reminder to shed our masks, because that's what's happening, is these layers are being stripped so we can stand more in our truth and just stay aligned with exactly who we are. And that who is dependent for everyone. For me, it's just I am. I'm the universe. I'm a spiritual being. I am powerful. I am loved. I am divinely guided. And then we've got 5, the Father card. The Father card. And this is someone I see that, once again, someone with a lot of wisdom. 5's indicative of change too. But this is let's see, this card's not really speaking to me right now. Hold on. It's a reminder to connect with nature as we're going through what we're going through. He's sitting on a tree. Connect with the animals, connect with the plants, because the universe understands. When humans don't understand exactly what's going on with us, there are those that are out there, so definitely find those people. But this is a call to go out into nature and to ground. To ground, because the magic that we have, the magic we hold within our hands, that we can use to help to create a better world, that is what is so important. And the elements understand, nature understands, because this has existed here for eons. The programs and the beliefs that lie in this time right now, Father Time, people are beginning to understand, but not everyone understands fully. They're waking up to that. And this is where it's hard, because when we are way short and we're kind of, I don't want to say ahead of the pack in any grandiose way, but our understanding the level of mastery of the truth that we seek, we are ahead. And so because of that, when the people are behind us and we're showing the way and we're pulling them forward, it can be hard, because we do have other people that align with this truth in front of us. But when the collective, the majority, sees it and judges it, it's hard. We almost want to fall back into the pack, but that is not our purpose. Our purpose is to stay ahead and to stand in that and to let people catch up. So don't water yourself down by knocking yourself back into that collective, and water yourself down to blend in. It is a time to be that protector, the father. When we think of the father, the masculine, it's to protect. It's to find our soft strength, to stand strong in our beliefs, to ground that in, and to be a father figure for other people. And this, the father figure, we don't have to look at it by gender. We look at it by, what does the father hold as far as principle in the divine aspect, which is the protector, the creator. He is the one that goes out and he provides for his family. So provide for your world. Be there, stand strong in who you are, and provide for not only Gaia, but provide for those that need it. Because there's a lot of people right now, I can feel it collectively. There's a lot of people that are unsure of what's going on, and it hurts, and it's painful to watch, and it's painful to see this change happening. So be that protector, be that nurturer. Call in that masculine aspect to protect your children, which is everybody in this world. Once again, when we go from the somebody to nobody to everybody, when we are protecting others, we're protecting ourselves, and we're protecting that truth. Protect that light and shine it. And this protection isn't like a Great Hope diamond thing where you keep it in a glass case tucked away. The protection is knowing that you're fully supported, and to know that this protection is divine, but to protect your light by holding it in truth and not letting it be cloaked in the veils that we've worked so hard to remove from ourselves. Because these veils, I lift these veils and I stand in this truth, and then I want to put the veils back up because I'm like, I don't want to be seen, I don't want to be heard, I don't want to be touched, I don't want to, because of programming and trauma. But when we are holding this door open, when we are holding this gate open for other individuals through this important time right now, of rapid truth and rapid clarity, it's important to stand strong, to protect those gates, and to protect that truth and protect that wisdom, and to share it with other individuals, and to let those that don't understand either catch up or fall out of alignment. A call to command our space energetically. And if something enters your field, they're either got to upgrade with you or they got to vibrate out. That's just the way it is. That's where we stand in our sovereignty and our power, and not watering ourselves down so we can fit in. We can't fit in anymore because it's a very small, confined box that really takes our breath away. So it's really time to expand and to let our hearts move us into the environment that we want to get into internally, and then let it happen externally. So anyways, guys, that's all I got for this very potent time of change. If you're going through it right now, I honor you and I'm proud of you for doing what you're doing. It's not easy, but it's happening now, so it can be easy. It doesn't have to be difficult anymore. We don't have to face those walls like we faced for so long, for some of us lifetimes, for generations. We're clearing, so there's an ease of use and the freedom of being able to be mobile, not only with our truth and with our energy, but with our feet, and being able to go home. To be able to go home, which is an internal condition, but then when we find that home within, we could start to move towards it through our heart. We move towards that into the environment we want to be into, so we can stand fully in our truth and highly aligned with our highest ideals. So anyways, guys, that's all I got. Much love and respect to everybody out there. So I am doing my, because of finances, let me just clear this energy. Because of finances, my calendar is currently down for Reiki sessions, but I'm going to be doing donation Reiki sessions, because I'm actually trying to afford a plane ticket to go visit my partner, and to I'm also raising money because I'm looking to move, to get out of my area and to go home. So my calendar is going to be in the description box. May not be able to I may not be able to have the calendar up until I get paid on Friday, unless a miracle will happen. I got to put that in the universe. Not that unless some miracle will happen, but a miracle will happen. Oh, my foot fell asleep. But I'm going to be doing the donation Reiki sessions to save up about $300 to go fly out and visit my partner, and yeah, I'm also raising money to try to move out and be able to get where I'm going. I've got on my thoughtsoldiers.com, I am offering services such as personal light language activations that are going to be catered only to you. So these are not to be shared. These are to be used individually. I am doing a little bit of coaching And the coaching thing, I'm kind of, I want to do it more for people that are waking up, just to hold space and to let you do your thing. I've got some packages available too with Reiki, light language, personal guided meditations, where we can have a consultation and I can be able to create a personalized guided meditation infused with Reiki for you. It'll be solely for you and something to help to, if you want to clear, if you want to feel safe, whatever you're looking for, you are trying to heal within yourself right now. I have something to be able to cater to you, to be able to help you out. So check out those services. I haven't written in my blog in quite a little bit of time. I've definitely toned down on the amount of content I've been putting out as long as I've been clearing and upgrading, especially with the new grids that we are tapping into now. There's just been this profound needing to shut off the world and seek my truth. But I'm back and I'm here and I'm not showing up as much as I was because been facing resistance. But that resistance is clearing more and more, and I'm here to stand in my truth and to help out because I know there's a lot of people going through this, and I'm here to hold the gate open while you guys come over to the other side. So, anyways, much love and respect to everybody out in the Webiverse. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope you are treating yourselves with kindness, love, and respect. Remember to drink lots of water. I'm having to do that right now. I forget because I still love sugary drinks, which are not working with me anymore. And I love you all, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And I will see you on the other side. Namaste.